Hello, everybody. Welcome to No Logic Game 1 of JDSilvergun versus Doomtap, which I believe this is lower bracket.
Yes.
I'm here with Malmo today. I'm doing a little bit of track and a little bit of comment at the same time. Make it work. Yeah, the race is close to beginning.
I think we didn't actually tell them it was okay to start, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
JD is still practicing.
Get that little bit of swim clip practice in for the first, I don't know, minute of the scene.
Yeah, you don't want, I can tell you this from experience, you don't want your seed to begin with a disaster at swim clipping, because it will throw off your mojo for the rest of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the tan swam is a little unintuitive. It's like one of those things I don't even know how to describe the motions for it. I just kind of do it. It usually works. Okay. Now they're ready up in the race room. All right.
We have a countdown, and we have an MSU pack. I was a little concerned when I heard the vanilla music.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Are we just going to do an all bosses run while Doomtap plays rando?
I mean,
Oh, good start. Love to see
Very
a hook
good
shot.
start.
All right, now we're synced.
Nice. I was about to sit there and figure out how to sync real quick. That works out.
It looked like JD immediately went for stun prize there, which is pretty clever. I don't know if I would get the hook shot in Link's house and a no logic seed and immediately think stun prize, but it is a red rupee, so that's good knowledge to have.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Money is practically free for the seed at that point. Once Shady gets a weapon, anyway.
Oh, Doomtap finds the book in the immediately check pedestal spot, but does not actually go for that. Surprisingly,
Hey, maybe he wants to get the Lost Woods item first, or the drop down item first, rather.
that makes sense. And also, who pulls ped in no logic?
Exactly.
You laugh at seeing that the cane was there in the credits, and you have a good chuckle at the chest you spent too many years opening, hoping that the cane would turn up.
Yeah. I think, oh, it looks like Lost Woods straight up the mountain.
JD swimming into a mountain.
Fun for TR small. Yeah, that's one thing. We need one of those, probably. Maybe.
There's a lot of dungeons where you want like one small key, but most small keys by themselves are not that valuable.
Yeah.
Doomtap almost dies going to Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, clipping down there without an item. Oh, red boomerang. That's good.
It is good, especially knowing that there's a hook shot in existence.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Doomtap is probably just gonna Houlihan. Seems pretty standard.
Yeah,
This
and
Houlihan.
the bomb farming here also suggests that he might be thinking of South Shore out of Houlihan instead of the stuff JD did. But I also expect to see him turn around and see the hookshot in Link's house, and that might change his mind. I think hookshot is actually more of a sign to do South Shore than anything else.
Oh yeah. That gives you an absolutely free weapon to kill many Boldworms with, because I mean 10 bombs is easy enough, but sometimes the game just says no.
Yeah, definitely free and doesn't just miss every time. Okay, I was very wrong. We are just going this way. I guess he just wanted bombs. Why? Okay, he's checking the island.
Can you imagine doesn't plan on skipping South Shore, but just wants the flipper checks done?
He's also checking stun prize, but having a really hard time picking up the sign. Alright, no instant ped check for JD either. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, sadly. This is just gonna be checking Lumberjack for the very rare but potentially spicy item.
Everybody wants to be the first person to kill Aga in the No Logic tournament, and no one's actually done it yet.
And a small key, so no Aga. And also that we learned the news that Swamp is a green pendant today.
It's a good dungeon to not have to do.
Oh yeah. I think nowadays it's probably might be the most difficult dungeon to deal with. Honestly.
Yeah. It's also one of the dungeons where there's tech disparities between the most runners, I think. Mostly because of fake clippers.
Yeah, fake clippers has become so powerful.
It's
Lately.
the hovering of no logic. Except that there's also a Moldorm bounce variant. But that's a cool dash out of the pigs. And that you can select buffer it if you need to. So if you have the nonsense tolerance to select buffer that, then it doesn't matter what controller you have. But if you are trying to do it unbuffered, then it's going to depend a lot on things like the same sorts of things that hovering depends on.
I am a little surprised Doomtap just goes straight up. I mean, I guess it's not the worst, but it's one of those things where I'm usually, if I'm thinking of going to the top of Hera, it's usually just to usually if I'm gonna go up there kill Moldorm anyway.
I think more people are doing it because we have brought to attention that you can refill chests with Death Hole now. In Hera, there's a couple places where you could do that, and if there's like a sword up there, you can get up to tempered.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fairly early. I definitely find myself going into the lobby more often. Even like with I normally wouldn't do it without bombs, but now I'll do it with bombs because if there's like a sword there, then you want to do your death holes early when you have less health, and you also want to benefit from the item early.
Mm-hmm. I was honestly curious seeing JD going up and looking like they were gonna set up a death hole. Like, are we just gonna see like an index death hole right away because 3 hearts and we're just right here?
Yeah, we have a hook shot that's hook pushing. But
like,
I think
might just find a sword on East Mountain and can start to finagle something.
I think they just really want to really want to be able to do East Death Mountain, and you need 1 bomb for that.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah. Yeah, JD went up there for a singular bomb. Okay, actually that makes sense.
I think it's not good to do that if your next play from here is going to be Graveyard Ledge, but if it's going to be East Death Mountain, it's the bomb you need. However, I think they need a little bit more than 1 bomb to actually do it because they don't have a way to hit the switch. Except to like teleport upward into the pegs, which would be pretty slow. Nice job, Doomtap. 123 NMG runner. Ooh, Kena Samaria. All right, we're gonna play a fun game called "Is This Hook Pushing?" I think this is hook pushing.
I think you can use the red boom for the sparkles for Ancilla.
Yeah,
right?
and you can use the death hold to set the low index, which is what you would want the heavy sparkle items for. Those are the items that put enough sparkles on screen that you can miss slot hook shots in the upper slots without having to like set high index. And then the Kena Samaria is and the Kena Samaria is just a good like put a bunch of stuff on screen item, along with its other uses, which I'm sure we'll see plenty of. Doomtap is in the Dark World at the 9-minute mark. This is a dedicated play. I almost wonder if it's when you have the king, you can go to Skull Woods and do a lot of shenanigans with chests in there.
Yeah, this might be a play in front of Skull because Doomtap does have a fire rod, so if there is a sword, that's just a completable dungeon right away.
I think also are we gonna do it? Oh come on, are we gonna do it? Oh, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna see the funny bunny dance up the mountain.
Doomtap does like to do Skull Woods into Cack, I've noticed. Because he'll Death Warp in Skull to get Link State, and then he'll walk to Cack afterward. This is what I mean by hookshot being a free weapon for Mini Moldern Cave.
And we
He
get
does
our
it, by the
first
way.
bottle.
So it successfully manual clips. This is like one of the nonsense clips most people don't bother learning. He wants to teleport upward out of this, but there's a moblin in the way, and he has to avoid getting hit to retain Super Bunny state. The upward teleport is why is how he's maintaining Super Bunny. If you were to just jump off the ledge, you would lose it. He's also, I think, maybe not familiar with the teleport queue.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's really easy to forget. Because it comes up so rarely. But, like, when it does, this is really good.
Yeah, like, okay, he has to reroute now, because I think his intention was to go to Skullwoods, and now he's here with the Link State. And what is he going to do with this Link State? Probably walk all the way to Hype Cave, check the Meyer Medallion. He's not really going to be able to do any of these village checks, but he might open Thieves Town on the way down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's probably reason to just keep it closed because now that Doomtap has a bottle, he can just fake flute and just pull open Thieves Town for the Link State later if he wants. Not
just later, he can do it like after Hype Cave if he wanted to.
True.
He probably won't because it's not the best time to go to Thieves Town. He doesn't have a weapon. He doesn't have a big key.
Usually, or he might just fake flute just to run over to Skullwoods after real fast.
That would be pretty. I want to say like a gratuitous use of the fake flute, but we often do want to have other colored potions in that bottle. And one thing you'll see is people like burning the potion on a fake flute just to get some items because they just want to empty out the bottle.
Yeah, if you have intentions to get a green anyway.
Nice hook shot or boomerang citrus clip. That's Quake. And he also shows us that Pod is the red crystal. Not going into Myra Shed because that would end the route. You can get 2 items from Myra Shed, but you can also get 5 items from Hype Cave. And 1 item from Stumpy.
Usually you're probably gonna end up getting Myra Shed later through maybe taking a trip through Eastern or something to get into Mire and just walk out that way.
But JD finishes up East Seth Mountain, finds the cane, and is pausing for a long time because that cane does have implications. Ooh, flippers in Hype Cave. That would be more exciting if Swamp was a crystal. But it gets
Swamp was a crystal, then it's just a free dungeon at that point. But
yeah, it'll slow him down when he does the flipper checks, though. Or he's probably already done them.
No, Doomtap didn't do the opening flipper checks yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, he went to Saha. Okay, Ice Palace, the other red crystal. It's another good use of this being in this area is to walk into the bomb shop. Look, he is going to take out that potion and use it, so. Meanwhile, JD
yeah, because early on, there's not too much you can do with the blue.
Yeah, I think he just wants to burn it.
Very convenient that it seems like the tier 2 pole is red rupees as well. Money is the opposite of a problem this seed.
Where's he going? Okay. He's gonna get his tree pull here, I guess. It seems more dangerous than just going to Thieves Town.
Might he maybe going to Hook Cave up the mountain?
Oh, okay, so it's more efficient if that's what you're doing. Hookshot Cave is an interesting use of this. It used to be that this was like the only way you would do that. But now we have ways to get to Hookshot Cave from Pod. So it's possible that actually maybe where he's going is Turtle Rock Laser Bridge, somewhere that's a little more difficult to get to than Hookshot Cave.
True.
I'm really not sure which one he's going to choose, because they're both good.
Yeah, I mean, I would think laser bridge would be great because at that point you're kind of betting that you might pull something spicy that your opponent's not going to find for a while, most likely.
I think he almost cratered himself onto a Lionel there. I don't know if you saw that.
Just almost. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
this is Hook Cave.
Yeah, this is Hook Cave. Why does he do it this way?
So you could just push out with
I think he just is more comfortable with those clips than with boots clipping because that's what he learned when he was like a child.
Yeah.
So one thing I was thinking if he had gone to Turtle Rock is that when your first trip to Laser Bridge, you open the door, and subsequent trips you can enter as a bunny without doing anything weird. Like you can mirror wrap as a bunny because the door's already open. It's not even hard, but he's getting mega rewarded for going to Hookshot Cave. It's Bombos and the bow. Bombos not being the Mire Medallion, but could be like useful for a low percent cold stare, but probably not as exciting as it would be if it could be the Mire Medallion. But the bow is very good for hook pushing and as a weapon for overworld conveyor. The main thing he is missing is that indexing item. Like the lamp or the powder or the mushroom, which would allow him to do those glitches.
I mean, we have Doomtap's famed Doomtap index. Potential use.
No holes here. Did I miss? I completely missed Super Bunny Cave. Is there a sword there?
I think not. I think Doomtap walked from the top and forgot. Oh yeah, I'm bunny.
Oh, you just did
I need to fall down.
Oops, I can't actually do Super Bunny this way play.
Mm-hmm.
So while that bow is pretty exciting for Doomtap, with JD going to pod right now, I kind of expect to see JD go there too, if they can pull off the bomb juke. Quadrant glitch is not an option until they get a sword, so that's the only way they're able to do that, but I know that they're capable of it.
Yeah, I feel like that bomb juke has become a lot more common as of late.
Oh, Moon Pearl.
Oh, Moon Pearl.
Gosh, what is this play?
This is Super Bunny Moon Pearl.
This is good. I mean,
this is some HMG stuff.
That's a really interesting way to find that. I think JD will just find it the normal way, which is coming from pod.
Yeah.
So it's not as exciting as you might expect. But if they decide not to do that, then they're probably never going there for a while. And Moon Pearl is a really good speed item. It gives you a lot of flexibility in your routing, especially if you get it in the early game. And in the late game, it can reduce requirements for certain dungeons that would otherwise require like some weird way to enter. Now you can just walk in. It can reduce the number of bottles you need for like Mire or TR.
And we're going to see a swim to back of escape, it looks like.
Yeah, this is a thing you like to do. Most people will wait for a glove if they do this at all.
I like the potential spicy 3 items. There has been a couple no logic seeds where I found both gloves down there, and it was really funny.
That is pretty funny. Doomtap is farming. What is he farming for?
I'm not sure.
Arrows? Does he want a hook push here?
I don't think Doomtap has an index.
It does not have an index, but maybe the lamp is here. Okay, nothing exciting. Map of Hera is fine, but you usually kill Moldorm anyway. Not much exciting for JD either.
No. But the exciting part's going to be once JD gets over to Hook Cave.
Yeah, it's assuming they can manage their hearts. They are a little bit low. They'd have to get it probably first try or second try. Mirror? Okay, that's pretty good. That's an item that could actually pull them away from going to Hookshot Cave. But on this equipment, it's unlikely to, because they actually can't kill Helmosaur until they get a weapon for phase 2. But the mirror does make it easier to get to Helmosaur, because you can do a glitch called Sachi Drag that is a lot faster with the mirror.
Look, there's just a bottle and Cack.
Yep, 20 minutes in, Doomtap is the first person in Kakariko. Congratulations.
I do like how JD kept everything closed just in case
That's
there's something dupable up there.
That's the duping guarantee.
You got the early Samaria, so duping pod is just free. If you find something.
I think that I want to say that you get some like pretty heavy VRAM when you try to dupe pod with Samaria, but it's fine if you're on emulator like they are. Also, Desert Big Key is a good item to have before going to Kakariko, because once you're in desert, you can do things there, and one of them is go to Thieves Town and defeat Blind if you have the Desert Big Key. And you can also get one more check in desert. And you could just go to the back and kill a Landmo. Like, they could just do that for free.
Oh, yeah. And the nice heart refill right before doing the bomb clip.
Yeah, this is pretty cozy now if you're comfortable with the glitch. You can expect to get it done within the first 1 or 2 tries. That looked good.
Yep. There we go.
Now that trick requires a frame perfect tap, where you pick up the bomb and then tap a direction on the next frame. And that is one that you just get with practice, and then it's not that hard. It's kind of like doing spin speed.
Yeah, that trick eluded me till like I saw someone breaking down like the different steps on what you want to do.
Okay.
And then it made sense.
Doomtap was trying to do something called hook shopping, I think. Which is
what's that?
That goes to Ice Rod Cave, I think. But I'm not sure. I guess they haven't been to Ice Rod Cave, so that's an interesting way to check it. It's in the speedrun. You get a stuck hook by buying an item instead of misslotting. It's like actually a misslot free hook push, which is kind of wild.
Huh. That's a blue boom up there.
The thing that problem is that he accidentally bought the heart, which is how you buy. He took damage on purpose so that he could buy the heart, because I guess it doesn't let you otherwise. And he was trying to buy the heart and also like stick a hook, have that like animation interrupt, but it didn't happen. It would have been really cool. The problem with hook shopping is most people just do Ice Rod Cave really early, so it doesn't end up mattering. Doomtap decides to go up to activate Flute. So some good dedication to the flute. Because he could just flute back to 6 to do the rest of Desert.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, JD is getting all that exciting stuff Doomtap got. The Moon Pearl here in Super Bunny Cave. Which is pretty... you can kind of expect that like most runners will just get that in a seed with early hookshot.
Actually, another thing is, since JD has mirror, which I forgot to mark, whoops, they could mirror here, just go into real dark world and do some kind of fancy route if they wanted.
Yeah,
just going straight into TR.
They would do that if they hadn't already done East Step Mountain, I think. But I like the idea of like going to Catfish instead. I think that's an interesting choice that they could have done that would take advantage of having the mirror. But I think they expect that anybody who's here got here the way they did, not the way Doomtap did.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you don't
absolutely.
get any special like benefit from that, except that your opponent may not have chosen to do so. But this is a more dense play than Catfish. Most people aren't going to do Catfish in no logic.
JD can just go all the way to the back of TR the completely vanilla intended way.
That's true. The one thing that's stopping them is small keys. They're probably not going to spend this one, actually.
Well, what they could do is they could just backtrack to the lava, towards the lava chest. Like if they do the Samaria, North Samaria, and then just go west. they just go and kill the pokey real quick and get the small key.
Oh, that's true. Like, that's normally done in lieu of mirroring, but you can also just use it for the key steal. The other thing is that they can spend this key and have 0 for Trinix, and that's fine because you can delete that door with the cane pretty easily.
Yeah, you have mirror especially, so you can just, that door is not a problem at all.
Speaking of Samaria, Doomtap is using Samaria and Desert to get the attic and also probably get the Desert Small Key. You can get a free Desert Small Key from here if you use the cane. Because it puts you on the right side of the door to not have to unlock it and not have to hit the crystal switch. So he can go back and grab the key and mirror out, or Death Warp out in his case.
It's really nice to have that extra desert key because, I mean, in this case, you could just go into swamp pretty much. You can just go into swamp HMG method pretty much and be fine.
That's true, but it's dependent. So I think you're better off just getting the 3 items in the back. Maybe not even bothering with Argus, even though you can.
Yeah.
Because you almost don't want to. First of all, like killing Argus here will take him off route. I don't think he wants to do that. And second, it will eat the desert prize, and then he won't be able to use the desert prize for other purposes, like warping out of Thieves Town. Although he probably won't do that. He doesn't have the desert big key.
Oh, a hammer.
Yeah, hammer's a weapon.
We don't have a sword, so
it's a weapon. Yeah, it's good. We can kill Moldorm now. Going into Turtle Rock with the cane is pretty fun because you can get every chest with just the cane, and maybe like 1 small key. Except Trinix, obviously. Oh gosh, I was in this situation yesterday. So JD got the Haripot softlock. You had to save and quit. So this is kind of hard to explain, but there's a pit there that you can't see. And I think they're like kind of rail clipped into the pit in a way that that prevents you from doing anything except saving and quitting. So unfortunately they missed out on those items that are in TR. That's a really unfortunate way for that to happen. I've actually never seen it before.
I've never seen that either. I didn't even know that was possible. That was just kind of a really bad enemy situation.
Yeah, they got
doing that.
The skeleton head is just a function of like you're approaching that room from the south and it has time to reach you. If you're not like super fast, it can be on top of you before you actually finish with the glitch. So you either deal with it on the way up or you try to be fast. And it can be pretty dangerous to do that without a sword because of that. But then they also got the bad Stalfos, which is like totally not their fault. Because they did the right thing by using the fire rod and then just got screwed. Yeah, when that was happening, I was missing Doomtap, messing up back of Swamp. Which I'm assuming also he didn't do the overworld there. So I don't remember seeing it.
No. Doomtap did not. And I wonder if Doomtap like didn't, because don't you have to go up the stairs and back down to like fix Swamp or something?
If you want to go all the way to Argus, you do.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know where he was where he couldn't death warp. Oh, Desert Small, great. Guess we don't need that. I didn't. JD was here.
It is just sometimes difficult to check.
No, I completely slept on JD being in the escape. I remember JD being an uncle, so I'm assuming they were in the escape, but that's not always true. Some people will just not do that. Somebody was talking about doing only the escape and had orphaned the uncle. And like, how do you do that? I forgot. It's like someone in a pickup race last night. It might have been Doomtap.
Like, it's like I feel like at some point you're probably gonna end up going to Thieves Town. You're probably gonna get an uncle just for that reason.
I'll come back with the bottle. It's fine. It's nothing gonna be an uncle. It's okay. Okay, JD and Eastern. This not very interesting. It's just you can just do Eastern for free. If they wanted to, they could have like done Pod and Eastern together with Statue Drag and the bow for phase 2. But they chose to just go to Eastern. Probably because they hadn't done Saw's Closet yet, so it's kind of on the way for them.
Yeah.
But Doomtap is more likely to be in Pod with the right equipment to do Helmosaur and Eastern while there. Since he already did like Hookshot Cave and stuff, he's not going to exit Pod that way. He's probably just going to kill Helmosaur and then do Eastern. He is going to be A. It's like a YBA but with a B. It doesn't actually do anything. He just quick swaps to the green potion instead. The thing he was doing with the bomb was a timing method that lets you get into the last pixel of the door without actually seeing your sprite. It's the way to do it when you don't have a sword, which is the cue we usually use. And also some people just prefer to do it even with the sword, because it's really annoying with the sword.
Yeah. It's not great with the sword. Like you kind of know generally where you can be, and you kind of fiddle with it a little bit. The bomb timing method is honestly really nice if you can just select buffer very consistently at the very end of the explosion.
Yeah, the start position where you like item dash the bomb it's 1 of 4 pixels, so it's pretty lenient.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to like kind of know where it is. Doomtap doing a Samaria blind. He could do some hammer hits if he runs out of magic, which is not really likely. This is probably safer. This is not actually that safe. Okay, we're gonna select buffer. That's good. Oh my goodness. We're down to 100. Okay, I love this. Doomtap is afraid of the compass.
And then there's
the other compass. That the second compass is illegal to get. The first compass was just a compass. It was just the thing that blind had. That was hilarious. I've seen people like also double take it like the ether being there because it's like that's the vanilla like illegal prize that you get from the castle.
That is funny.
Doomtap is walking because he's scared. I would be scared too. This is actually a really bad time for that Stalfos to move down. So JD went through Eastern, kill Helmosaur, and it was a crystal.
Crystal,
I don't think really
and there was a Hera Big. Hera Big and Half Magic were there.
Hera Big is 1 item they can get on the way to Hera. Oh, a sword! It's tree warpable. Don't get killed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's Sazak.
He could probably get killed. He could just walk back. He has the Moon Pearl. Still, it's not what he wants. Whoa! Yeah. JD just has tons of knowledge. Is this kind of implying that like maybe Thieves Town is actually a pendant? Am I catching that? Because I just saw like every other dungeon.
Yeah, I think we don't know about Desert and Hera.
Oh, that's true. There's Light World.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see if Doomtap tries to tree warp this sword. There's a glitch you can do outside of the dungeon. What's he doing? Oh, he's going to do something else. He's going to copy this chess state. He's going to do a Plaid World dupe. This is interesting. This is something that's recently legalized. So this is going to put him on the flute menu. Normally we can't do that, but we decided that it's okay to do that if you're only just like using it to refill a chest. And same goes for going into EG. Like if the YBA would put you in EG, and you're not actually like walking around in there, you're just going to save and quit or mirror out immediately, then it's fine to do that. So he'll come back later and get that extra sword that he just put back into the front of Thieves after he's done with this.
Yeah, very conveniently though. It's with the moon pearl and everything. Just walking back to Thieves is not that bad.
He may
It's pretty easy.
also. I'm not sure if he'll actually get that item that's there that he left behind, because he did have to leave that chest closed. He also didn't get the big key chest.
He also didn't get his prize from blind either, so he
Mhm.
might go back and grab it then.
He's probably just gonna Death Mountain descent here and then do
Mm-hmm.
it, because this is like kind of on the way. So that's a crystal for Hera. It's really looking like these might be your pendant. 50-50, I think. Oh, JD's doing some tech. This is bumper ledge descent. Ooh, and rewarded because that blue potion was there. Both people are doing bumper ledge in cool ways,
I
but
like it.
different ways. So the good thing for JD is they can also just walk into the front of Thieves and get the sword. I expect to see a tree warp for that sword, not the thing Doomtap did, which is a YPA.
Yeah, given the loadout, tree warping anything that's here in Vu is just super duper easy and free.
Super duper, you say?
Yes. Well, I say super duper, and then after last night's race, so many people had tree warp incidents.
I had to
And
learn
from
tree warp on
Vu.
the fly in that race. Okay? It took me 4 tries.
Okay, maybe not super duper.
Okay, this is nice high five between the two runners. I mean, at this point, with both of them having solutions to swords, this is just going to be a nice run hunt, I think. And most of them, I think, will also maybe spend extra time looking for an index setting item. Because that mushroom is fine, but it's not as good as the powder, and it's definitely not as good as the lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, JD just hasn't been to Kakariko yet. This is great.
Nope. This is JD riding Kakariko. Oh yeah, checks which race? I mean, yeah, you didn't stream last night at all, so yeah, it's the race that you weren't there. You know?
I'm gonna have to ask him what happened to him in that race.
Checks also had a tree warp incident.
Oh, was it a crash?
Think so, yeah. Almost everybody had a tree warp incident last night. It was a little funny. It's just consistent across the board.
So Doomtap can do this now for free. And he also gets knowledge. I don't think he doesn't know this is a pendant. So it's probably not going to be what he wants to see. But he did apparently go back into Thieves Town to grab his sword. What I didn't catch is whether he also got the 2 items he left behind there. He might just...
I think he just grabbed his sword and bailed.
It's interesting because he could have gone into Thieves to check its prize and also gotten those items and then done this. But he's here now. I'm not really sure how he got here. And why he chose this first.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. If you think you would just go back and grab everything, because, I mean, it's right there and you can.
It's a faster pendant to get than this, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the thieves alone would not have been knowledge.
Unless he's, like, intending to dupe the sword again, potentially?
Could be. Yeah, that might be it. Maybe he just goes back in and saves and quits again. Too bad he doesn't have a mirror, because he actually can mirror out of Plaid World.
Yeah, that would actually help tremendously.
At some point, he'll just have to go to Pod and get the mirror. He might just go mode it at some point and then not have the mirror. But with this Ice Rod hunt, he's probably going to go there eventually. He's chasing dungeons now. He's gone into a phase of the game where he's prioritizing dungeons. So what does JD see? A pause, thinking, should I do the rest of thieves and then tree warp the sword, or should I just tree warp the sword now? What you don't want to do is tree warp the sword and then find 2 more swords and thieves afterward.
Well, JD did just pick up a bottle with a green goo in it. JD could just plaid world mirror.
It could.
Grab the sword immediately.
I mean, that's great. I'm still, like, getting used to the fact that we can do this. I just don't think about this being like, oh, I can just subtile YBA this. Well, they're not going to do it now because they have opened the chest that would copy, I think. I actually don't know which chest copies onto that one, but Doomtap just didn't want to mess around with it. Or knew. Okay, so I think what they're thinking of is, do I want to tree warp this now, or do I want to get a safety save in? Because they've done like all of Kakariko and Village, and if they crash, they're going to lose a lot of progress. I think the safe thing to do is to go inside and death warp, which is looks like that's what's going to happen here.
Yep. This is a death warp. Yeah, safety. I mean, it makes sense.
And when you have green mail, it's a good time to do that. Meanwhile, Doom's going to clear out the front of Skull with no keys. And that's fine because he can do some shenanigans to get out of the dungeon using the cane. He can also just save and quit out of here, but then he's not getting his thieves prize. Well, if he wanted to death warp, he's not going to do it now. JD forgot to fix fake Dark World. That's not great. So we press on. You can get that sword later. Oh
hey,
no, there's a sword.
What a convenient sword.
Yeah. I mean, there's a big
at this
difference.
point, JD can just go down to desert because they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, and desert will be prize info for them. I think that's our last prize info too, because neither of them is showing us what Thieves Town is, even though they could.
Yeah. Yeah, this
JD
one, yeah, it's just between the Thieves and Desert.
So I think JD has a really cool route available using Thieves Town to check Desert Prize by killing Blind and Thieves in Desert State, and then using that to warp out, and mirroring to get back into that real Dark World so that they can dupe the sword. One thing JD likes to do is do these overworld checks first. It's like kind of their thing. I think the idea is that you can find something here that makes the inside of desert better, but also that if they're going to do that thieves play, they might not want to have to come back down here after. So they do actually want to do desert last.
Makes sense. So maybe now Doomtap is gonna finally show us thieves.
So the real question is, who's going to get the pendant from Blind? Is it going to be Doomtap or JD?
I mean, Doomtap's gonna get... okay, this is definitely Doomtap grabbing the prize. Probably grabbing the prize, I guess. I mean, we thought he'd grab it like twice before.
Doomtap not getting the item, I guess. That's fine. What if it's the ice rod?
That is really weird to skip those checks.
I mean, JD got them. We saw that it's not the ice rod. It is a pendant, though. So it looks like desert is the crystal.
Which would absolutely, at that point, yeah, that would be full knowledge on
There's
Doom's
a sword here. Well, okay, so JD will either, like, get the sword from the tree warp and then come back here. And then feel bad about getting another one in Skull, or more likely just never go to Skull because it's a pendant and actually benefit hugely from getting that sword, because if they don't go to Skull, they're going to have a hard time getting another sword. So the tree warp is actually really good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Was I wrong about it being Quake? I guess I was. I actually marked it on the tracker. In my defense, the graphics were a disaster.
Understandable.
It was not only the glitch rain, but he was also in like Death Mountain tile set, and we are also getting like a 114p on our end.
All right, so this looks like Doomtap can just do Meyer completely normally.
Is there
without
anything they
any
can't?
shenanigans.
At this point, like they can do TR normally once they get Ice Rod. At least JD can. There's a TR big key somewhere, probably in Pod.
Yeah, I think it goes pod.
Pod is just do statue drag. I mean that's the normal for us.
Yeah.
But it looks like really the only thing stopping them from doing anything is the maybe Ice Palace having to YBA. Like we usually have to do that. But there is potentially a glove out there to make it free. And of course the Ice Rod, which is hard required in this seed.
Yeah. At this point, Doomtap's absolutely an Ice Rod hunt, and realistically, JD is too. JD can just dupe that sword and be at a similar position to Doom.
I would say that JD is comfortably in Ice Rod Go mode. I don't see anything stopping them from beating the seed once they have it.
Oh yeah.
Assuming they can.
Oh hey, look, there's another sword.
Yay! Oh, we're gonna see some green 20 action, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Because Doomtap might come out here and do the Desert Overworld and pick up Bombo's tablet and get a green 20. That should be pretty funny. Big key of Thieves Town. I'm trying to think of like the likelihood that JD gets that before doing Thieves, and I think it's very low because I think they're gonna do it now. So I guess JD hasn't been to Hype Cave, so doesn't have the flippers. And we'll probably just get 3 checks in Swamp and Mirror out. Is there checks we haven't seen because Doomtap wasn't able to do this?
We didn't see the waterfall.
Okay, so he did these.
Got like the messed up transition.
Oh yeah, you had to climb the stairs to fix the transition. It's not to climb the stairs, sorry. You had to have done the Samaria glitch correctly to get the good transition here. So what would have happened to Doomtap is that he didn't snap into the door properly after doing the corruption. He had to like back out slightly and then take the door transition and get a nice snappy transition. I thought we were gonna block bus for a second. This is actually a Misery Mire play for JD. This is interesting. This is not what I expected to see, but it's actually really clever. Because they can get the prize of Desert and warp out to the front and then medallion back in because it's Bombos. They don't know that, but we do.
Also, JD does have the another Desert Small to use, so JD can easily just backtrack through Mire if they so desire to get some checks done.
Oh yeah, I guess I wasn't expecting to see
they
JD
also have Hook.
Thieves Attic with the to do Thieves Attic with the cane instead of the bottle, but that does give you that extra key. Yeah, they're resetting the room because it might as well get that. You get off script when you enter that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess we're just gonna do. They don't have the big key though.
Well, they have the big key of Desert.
Not of Meyer, so.
Oh, Doomtap.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
No, Doomtap has it, but JD doesn't. So.
Well, JD's in Desert State. Remember?
Yeah, but JD does not want to like walk out and end again. I think they're just gonna do a few checks and then do Vidi. And because they don't have the big key of Meyer, they might be incentivized to go to the big chest on this trip instead of on the return trip where they won't actually be able to do it.
Yeah, I think that's the intention, is to just clear out Meyer just basically clear out Mire front. Probably just skip big key chest, and then I mean you could probably debate getting that before while you're duping if you so desire.
One thing that will benefit them from doing this is they'll have a sword for Vitreous that they wouldn't otherwise have gotten. And actually,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see a tree work for JD because they're going to get the sword and they're just going to get the Bombos Tablet sword, and that's all you need. But who's actually ahead in this race? I mean, I know it's a weird question to ask when neither of them has Ice Rod, but they are both making really good progress, and they're doing such different things. It's hard to keep track.
I'd say technically JD's probably a little ahead, just because Eastern's a much longer crystal to clear than Hera is. Hera's pretty instant in terms of dungeons.
Eastern is long until Doomtap finds hook pushing, which could just be mushroom dash off the ledge and walk in and do a Samaria hook push and do it instantly. So what it depends on is whether JD or Doomtap actually gets to go mode Eastern or not, which I think is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I imagine Doomtap's going to clear this and then mirror to Eastern.
Yeah, he's just going to do it now. Exactly. So JD now has...
I'm actually kind of surprised JD walked out the front.
Yeah,
I thought they would just go back with kill Vidi with the big key in the Samaria and just steal Vidi later.
Yeah, what's their Vidi plan now? Is it just do it later? It might just be do it later because this is kind of rough equipment for a low percent Vidi fight. True. And they know that there's a sword out here, so might as well just come back later. I kind of like this. They could have try-harded the fighter sword Vidi immediately, or they could have, like, probably scraped by on the master sword Vidi, but now they have, like, Cane of Burna and can get tempered before going back in. The thing that makes it hard is that they don't have the big key of Mire. Do you remember where that was?
I don't remember. It may have been in Hype Cave or something. Because, like, thinking of, like, checks neither of them has done, it'd be, like, Hype Cave and Skull Woods is stuff that Doomtap has done that JD hasn't. But considering we have Flute and getting back to Mire's not terrible with this loadout. Yeah, may as well just get the tempered. You can even just come back with 2 potions and just double YBA Vidi at some point in the seed if you so desire.
JD is acting like they have the Mire big key. Oh wait, this is a heal, right? Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe they just have it.
I will double check. Double check the stream.
You just look at their tracker, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, no, they don't have the Mire big.
Okay. If they have another potion, they could YBA and Mirador.
Yeah. Because I know JD still has that green potion from CAC. I'm not sure what's in the other bottle.
Well, JD used the green potion to get here. The other bottle, I think...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I know when Doomtap had a second bottle, it was a B. But I don't know if that was the second or third bottle. Doomtap does have one more bottle than JD. Oh, we just don't know. Okay. That's unfortunate. No, yeah, you have to mirror out. There are things you can do. Checking your potions, wrong color. Blue is not helpful here. Yeah, that's the blue potion from Bumper Ledge. JD's like, what do I even do with that? Like, there's no super tile YBs in the rest of the seed, I think.
At this point, you just use it for, like, Cold Stare.
Yeah. Oh, Cold Stare, that's true. So, I guess we will exit out the dungeon via Hera. It's been quite the journey.
Yeah, I guess it's just dupe it. Come back and do Vidi.
Yeah, from another dungeon.
Mire.
Just do it from Desert later.
Sorry, yeah.
Or what I want to see, the new downward OA stuck push in the castle, because you can do your index right outside of Link's house and then run over to the castle and go to Vidi, which takes you right to the like Spooky 2 or Spooky 3 room.
Huh. I did not know that. Actually, let me look at the glitch map and see.
It's not on the glitch map. It's too new.
Oh, I like to like see the tiles and like visualize it.
It is just you're using a bomb to set a downward like to go down instead of up, because the bomb is on the lower layer. It just does that.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you have to worry about EG in those places, but there's a ledge you can stand on where you will just be on the upper layer while the bomb is on the lower layer. Alright, there's Doom's Desert Big Key, which will just make desert clearing free. Yeah, I'm told that Zakat is like the only person who's actually done it before, and it's not really new. It's just unknown. Like, we've known that you can downward stuck push.
Because it just basically is like you're it's like what, like the bomb's on the lower layer and you're on the upper layer and that sends you downward, right?
Yeah. It's not where you are doesn't matter, except that you don't want to go to EG, so you have to be in the upper layer. But the bombs being on the upper or lower layer is what determines where you go.
Okay.
Or specifically the slot 0 in Zilla, if you're nerdy about that stuff. JD has been like way more thorough than Doomtap, which is surprising given that like neither of them is in Go mode. So it surprises me how much Doom is actually skipping.
I mean, Doom does have a lot of crystal dungeons on the table to just clear out.
But there's only 2 ice rods. And it makes me wonder if like JD will just spike an ice rod somewhere that Doomtap skips, and Doomtap will have a really hard time finding the other one. Or if Doomtap will run away with this because he's doing dungeons and JD is doing overworld. So
yeah, you could hope that like you do your dungeons and I mean, hey, maybe the boss just drops an ice rod or something.
Doomtap is actually bringing an index into Eastern to do a hook push in the lobby. Given that he's missing the Eastern Big Key, I'm wondering if he will actually go back in and do those checks, or if he will save all that time by just doing the hook push and then leaving. Because it might be hard for him to get back to this.
I'd imagine you do. I mean, doing up to see what is it, the compass chest in Eastern's not that long.
Apparently JD was missing some dungeon info, because they did go in here and talk to the crystal guy. Or the red crystal guy. Doomtap has 17 arrows. That's why we're using beams.
Also, JD does get the flippers and the Meyer Big Key from and another bottle.
Meyer Big Key. All right,
it was in Hype Cave.
Yep, and so Meyer Big Key will give JD easy return to Meyer, and also can do desert on the way. They just have to remember to do that. They were probably putting off desert because they wanted to use the prize for a Thieves Town warp, but I think at this point you have the Thieves Town Big Key, you just walk there and do it, or you do desert and Hera and find out you don't need to do Thieves Town.
Yeah. And you already cleared the front out, so there's not much of a point to go back.
I thought Doomtap skipped all of Desert Overworld, but I think he must have picked it up at some point because he's on the 4th sword.
No. Got the butter from Meyer.
Yeah. He actually just would get a green 20 there. Desert. I think Doom didn't do like any of the Desert Overworld.
No.
Which is a pretty big skip, and then he also didn't seem to do any of the inside of Eastern.
Yeah, he's just playing very aggressively towards clearing dungeons, and then from there probably start doing checks. Probably go to GT at that point, honestly.
So this is where Doomtap gives some time back to JD. JD has already done like all of these except for the first 2. They tried to and got that stealth lock thing.
Yeah.
Oh, unless those are the Ice Rod, Doomtap's probably not going to actually benefit from this play.
Yeah, this is just plain aggressive as like, oh, Ice Rod could just be on the path and just hit it. I mean, granted, I did win a race by making that exact call. Ice Rod go mode, just going, you know what? Straight to TR Laser Bridge. There it is.
It's
All right.
It's a dense location.
It could happen. 2 out of 216 items is the go mode.
No, Doomtap did not actually do anything past Laser Bridge. I'm pretty sure JD did Laser Bridge. I thought I saw them trying to delete the door and then, like, deciding not to or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, JD was going to do it. They saved quit out.
It's not really necessary unless you're about to kill Trinix now. Just do it later and probably find a key.
Mm-hmm.
So Doomtap's doing ice. This is like the only dungeon where you actually have to do anything annoying. So, not surprising that he just does it last. He did all of Maya, right? Like, in the right dungeon state.
Yeah, I think like he didn't do the big key chest.
Okay.
I think that was skipped.
But he did complete the dungeon, and so did JD.
Yes.
Yeah, Doomtap's pretty ahead, actually, but also it's an Ice Rod hunt, so who knows? It really depends on whether JD or Doomtap continues to do things that JD hasn't done, or if he just retraces steps.
I mean, I guess in terms of that's a fancy way of doing it.
Yeah, that was like all dungeon strats.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of raw crystals, like for JD, Hera is about like a minute commitment, and pod is not that with the mirror is not that long.
Pod is super quick.
It's not quite as bad as it seems.
Hera is JD could find a big key chest item, like a big chest item that could beat the Ice Rod that Doomtap orphaned. So Hera's not complete right off yet. No, I think they should probably at some point just go to GT, and it might just come down to who does that first. Nice apples. You don't see those very often. This looks like an Ice Palace play for JD as well. So if the Ice Rod is here in Ice, then I would say Doomtap is pretty solidly ahead. But if it's somewhere out of the way like GT, then we just don't know. Doomtap is playing in a way where if it's in a crystal dungeon that isn't Eastern, apparently, then they probably win the race. But he's running out of crystal dungeons. Very fast. Also, JD still didn't do desert? Am I right? Or did we see that?
I don't think JD did.
I don't think JD did. Ped's not dead. Ped's fine. It can be Ice Rod. But there's another Ice Rod out there, and you're probably better off just finding that one, given what the pendants are. Actually, Swamp Pendant's not that hard. Like, Doomtap could get Swamp Pendant, like, really quickly with a hook bush. And pull ped. So it's actually not a bad idea. But it doesn't mean he has to.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess this is just gonna be a
go to GT.
Clear crystals, and yeah, just play GT at that point because you can easily full clear the dungeon.
Doomtap getting oh, this is dangerous. Okay, we do have blue mail, so he can get hit once. All right, we're fine. That was an interesting partial icebreaker for JD. That's another opportunity for JD to get an Ice Rod that Doomtap left behind. The Skullwood's big chest was not opened. True,
yeah. And I don't think Doomtap will be going back for that one chest anytime soon. Actually, I don't think Doomtap did Iced Tea. Did he?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. Okay, what is this?
Yeah, I think he
Desert?
skipped Iced Tea.
Doomtap's playing very aggressively. He's taking damage on purpose. Why is he doing that? Is he just testing his variable? To see that the bomb will actually knock him upward. That was interesting. I don't think cold stair set's a bad variable, but you know what does is the Great Fairy. And if that's where he was last, then he would not be able to do that bomb clip. Doomtap just gonna walk out because he went in the middle. Yeah, I guess he has to.
I wonder why he went in this way.
It's because his bomb clip wouldn't have worked. So I think he went into the Great Fairy after ice to buy bombs and arrows, and the Great Fairy set an altitude variable that would mess up his bomb clip. He had the foresight to test it, even.
Well,
and when he saw that his bomb was not knocking him in the right direction, he just went and used the book instead. This is not good for JD. That does seem to be our only chance. Yeah, we don't have an index either. So no hook pushing. It's a pretty big setback for JD. Also pretty bold of them to go in here with only one bottle. But I guess if you just, you're trying to be efficient and you have a blue potion, then you just do it. Decent chance that they'll just find a glove before having to come back here, because they still both need an ice rod, and there's probably a glove on the way. There's 2 of those and 2 ice rods. What are the odds that we find an ice rod before a glove? It's like 50-50. The ice palace big key. Oh no. So actually maybe good for JD, because if they do out desert before returning to ice, then they might actually get an ice rod there. It's another one of those orphan big keys. Also another reason why I think they should have just done desert when they were there. And that goes for Doomtap as well. Because you can mirror out.
Yeah,
if you really want to leave the prize behind, you can mirror out. So I don't know. It was easy for JD to do it. I don't remember what Doomtap's situation was. Oh, we haven't done South Shore yet for Doom. Didn't know that. Turlock Big Key was there. I was wondering where that was.
Yeah, it's been so long I lived. I just forgot, honestly.
Fox, I thought you were joking. It's actually been 69 minutes, and that's wonderful. 69-minute South Shore is the only South Shore.
Hey, Doomtap didn't do any of these initial water checks.
He tried to do Ice Rod Cave with the hook shopping earlier.
Yeah, true. I guess, yeah, you do have to think about this of, like, there's a decent chance my opponent just, like, went here right away, and Ice Rod could just be like right here. They just got at the start of the seed.
Yeah, and he feels comfortable doing these now because he knows that he did the dungeons efficiently enough that even if it was here, it didn't really hinder him that much to be missing the Ice Rod. I mean, he was so aggressive with the dungeons, probably assuming that there was an Ice Rod just sitting here or in GT. That being in Go mode during those dungeons wouldn't have actually helped him that much. I would say JD might want to just do Desert for the knowledge at this point.
Yeah, it's fastest unknown crystal on their end.
Why is Doomtap turning in the mushroom? I guess they don't need to hook push, but that surprises me. We usually hold on to that. It was a small key. I guess it's an easy check, and all you're looking for is the Ice Rod, then hook pushing doesn't matter that much. It's not that much stopping him from doing anything.
Yeah, at this point, for pushing, the only thing that would really help is like if you wanted to check top of GT, I guess. Probably like your fastest route up there.
It's true.
That's really about it.
It would have to be something that skips the glove, because it's the thing he's missing. Okay, with Doomtap being the first in GT, I think it's a pretty decent chance that there's just an Ice Rod here. He's very likely to find one, but if he doesn't, then it's going to depend a lot on whether JD finds an Ice Rod before going to GT. Because then if this is empty, JD does it, then JD is still behind. This is what looks like maybe flute activation, and then maybe return to desert. Which I keep saying they're going to do, and then they don't. If they say it enough times, they'll do it.
Odds are it's just in here somewhere. But who knows? Rando is rando.
It'll still be those first two of Turtle Rock, which is not a great place for JD. Because Doomtap will probably clear TR next. From the middle. It's
yeah,
like that
if it
or
ends up being
Swamp.
in the front. If it ends up being in the front or something. Front that JD messed up on.
Ooh, we're gonna do a fake powder. That
That's
was
a rod, just
fire rod, yeah.
not the right rod.
Judging by the fact that Doomtap is continuing to open chests.
Queen Cape is nice, but not what we need. Wait, neither one did. I don't think neither one did King's Tomb.
No, I just thought of that. Like, we just saw Doomtap in Mini Moldorm Cave, and he didn't do this. But it's just a heart. It would be pretty funny if that was Ice Rod, because you can imagine JD would think that surely Doomtap has that by now, and be
Yeah.
wrong, which would be really funny. This JD also doesn't care about the indexing. I'm just gonna throw away the mushroom. Every time I look at Doomtap, he's finding a small key of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I've lost count of how many he has, I'll be honest.
Okay, this is a hard reset. JD is going to get the mushroom back and put that heart piece back in King's Tomb. Useless medallion. It's not very many chances left for Doomtap to find an ice rod. Are we doing... Oh my god. Some tryhard NMG nonsense for Doom. Doing that in Rando is so cursed.
Alright, big old potion refill for JD. What is the plan? Desert, finally.
Finally! I wonder if they were just waiting for a glove, like, to make it easier.
No, it's not here. We're climbing.
We are climbing. Let's go.
The Doomtap just doesn't believe in a pendant swamp, I suppose. Or Doomtap can start to flex the NMG, especially.
Yes, that was definitely a 123 level mimics
absolute
too.
Perfect. That was the textbook.
Just fighting on a
mimics.
clinic. Yeah, and good Eddie strap for a spike pit. Alright, are we at least going to YBA in Gauntlet 2?
I mean, I'd imagine so. I know. I assume Doomtap's got potions.
We're just gonna climb. We're just going up. I'm schlepping it. Oh man.
Is this the first true GT climb of the
I think
tournament?
this is my first time seeing like G5 and Landmo 2 in the No Logic tournament.
We're in uncharted waters here.
What is this room? We just saw this room on JD's side.
Yeah. So weird. Like, how did Doomtap get to desert from here? Was Doomtap already beat desert?
Oh, by the way, worth noting that like JD is just Ice Palace behind Doomtap now if they don't go to GT. But that's a
The
big
thing
if.
is, it's so hard to ignore GT in this scenario, though.
They're
Like,
probably
I
just
mean,
doing it now. This is Super Jump. I guess this is Ice Palace. We're going back. So, Ice Palace Big Chest maybe could be. Doomtap is having problems here. This is a magic issue. Doomtap. This is what you get for climbing GT and no logic. Oh no.
That's
It's okay. Aga 2 is very fast. As long as there's not an ice rod upstairs, you're not really losing that much time hearing out. You're probably saving time, actually. It's pretty good, though. So Doomtap didn't have enough magic to light all 4 torches in Torches 1.
Yeah,
and
and
was about to try and
in
Samara
the,
refill.
Yeah, I was about to say, funnily enough, in the Mandatory Discord, people were just talking about Smart Refill earlier today, and how that can save you in GT.
People are so used to just having Lamp all the time that they forget, like, oh, Lamp is not just for setting index. Like, actually, you drop into Ganon with Master Sword and no silvers, and no half magic, and no potions. You have a problem.
Yeah, it can sometimes be very easy to forget in the logic, like, oh, wait a second. I'm just gonna die instantly if I just do this, if I just YOLO this. Hold on a moment.
Okay, this is more possibly time given back to JD, but also the 2 checks that JD didn't do could be the ice rod, so it's not just a nothing minute for Doomtap. Like, there is a potential here for Doomtap to get an ice rod here. Imagine at this point, though, you're playing the seed. You're probably not feeling great about your situation.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean that failed climb kind of pretty much makes up for JD's failure in Ice Palace for
Yeah,
the
basically, like even a
NYBA.
successful climb, I think even a successful climb gives all the time back to JD. JD will just do Aga 2 the normal way. As long as, or, maybe they'll hook shot up to the top of GT. Because
And I
they can
wonder
do
if
that, they have a
Doomtap's
mushroom.
gonna. I wonder if Doomtap's gonna start thinking about like the checks that they skipped in the
Ooh!
dungeons.
Chex is pointing out that Doomtap can Stairmaster to the top of GT from here. That is spicy.
You know, also that's very fair. That's honestly a lot faster than climbing.
It is faster, and Doomtap can't set index anymore because he turned in his mushroom. The Ice Palace Big Chest is a bust. Too bad. It would have been a funny way to, like, be saved. To die on Cold Stare, or to fail the YVA and then have to go back in and happen to have the big key that time.
And the thing is, like, I just find it hard to imagine JD not going to GT.
I mean, there's a way to index, a low index. You can death hole, and Tajso has some way that involves blind, but that's too late because Doomtap already killed blind. Okay, this looks successful. Okay, we got the Tam slam, and Doomtap is not even taking chances. We're just gonna NMG this. Oh yeah, there's the bomb wall index too. That's true. Okay, nothing in these chests that JD left behind. Doomtap does not seem happy about that. I don't think those were timing slashes. So they are now at crystal parity. As long as JD just never touches the front of GT, then they are no longer behind. It's a big if, though.
It's like it's just so tempting to go to GT. It's so like, you know, like I would have been the same play. It makes sense in this scenario to do it. I remember getting. Oh yeah, this one you just bonk. This one's easy.
At some point, somebody's gonna have to go to Swamp Palace, right? Is it just gonna be who goes to first? Oh, this is Back of Escape, I think. Is it?
I think.
Yeah, this is a different setup for it, I guess. Like a
there's a setup you can come from high up. It's one I used. It's one I used to do. I think you'd set up from like the third bump from the top. So third, second or third, I think. Also, Doomtap needs to. This also requires you to have the weird. I don't think that was the right. No,
yeah,
okay.
It's a different method. You like collision kick out of the tombstone. Wow, this is a funny hover. You can bomb jump this if you know the cue.
Also, JD could clip over to Pyramid Ledge, which I don't think we even saw Pyramid Ledge, and also could check Pyramid Fairy.
I would argue that Doomtap is closer to those checks than JD is. But JD is doing something Doomtap didn't do, which is Dark Cross.
Yeah, true. This is the door rando tech of knowing how to rail clip up. This is really only something that ever comes up in doors.
Yep. You probably shouldn't be up here in No Logic.
I mean, it's not bad if you know how to do it. I don't think it's like that bad.
No, the queue is pretty straightforward once you like understand that you just have to be on grid. Or I don't know if it's on grid. It's just like you have to like center yourself on the spikes. You can go down and look. Doomtap's just gonna collect the heart, so he doesn't have to kill Moldorm every time. And then, no, it does not. I did not see what was in Dark Cross. Did you?
Looking at JD's stream, looks like it was a glove.
Oh, there we go. I mean, we've kind of done everything. Unfortunately, there's like one more thing in Ice Palace they could do, and also like Checkerboard Cave, and that's it.
Yeah, one of
Spike
those
Cave?
scenes where
Oh, we're gonna do Spike Cave and TT, aren't we? I mean, if Doomtap keeps doing this, there's not quite enough time for JD to do all of GT Basement, but it is something.
well, if it's not up here, there is quite a few checks that Doomtap kind of skipped in that sort of go mode situation. Like, I'll get Ice Rod along the way in go mode scenario. Like, Doomtap would honestly be pretty. I would say like going back to Eastern's not even a bad play. Yeah, it's not even up here.
Not even here. And if JD does this, it'll probably be with a hook push and much faster. I guess Doomtap will take advantage of just being here and do Agatu, even though it's probably not actually that much faster than just doing it last. This does allow him to route in the pyramid, which I kind of hope to see him do. It's the only way that this is worth it.
Yeah, as well, because we are running out of locations to the point where I wouldn't even be surprised if one of the ice rods is on Trinex at this point.
That's true. There could just be one on Trinex. That's why we put two of them in. Have we seen a rod on Trinex yet in the tournament?
I
want to say we did early on, but I can't remember. We've definitely seen our fair share of like Fire Rod Mothulas. Nice triple. Now that's a clinic.
Yeah, I think the only reason Doomtap's doing this is for the pyramid checks, because... Hey, well...
Silvers. Alright.
I mean, may as well. They're right there.
Imagine being in go mode and dropping down to the pyramid, and silvers are there, and you just don't get them. That could happen to JD if they find an ice rod somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think it'll be really funny if it actually was just Ped, because we did find the book at the mushroom spot, which is the check Ped now spot. By the way, glove in Pyramid Fairy.
I do like JD's side of shooting an arrow, then throwing a boomerang, and then hooking the pot.
It's like a weird like hook push, but not really.
It's just like, wait, I'm on the hook. Wait, no. Wait, no. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. Ice Rod is just somewhere just awful.
It's like I saw someone hook pushing once and imitated them. Yeah, we can safely conclude that Ice Rod is nowhere good. The best place now is probably Swamp Palace. And that's pretty awful. We already saw the back, except for Argus. I think JD successfully did all 3 checks in the back. Doomtap did 2.
Yeah, we have Argus, and I mean, they both have the Swamp Big Key, so they can just full clear it.
By the way, Doomtap's last 2 items were gloves. Just 2 in a row. Maybe 1 in between.
Nice
Castle
Smiths,
Tower.
I guess Nice Smiths.
Yeah.
We haven't.
Oh, we haven't seen Castle Tower. Alright. That's 2 checks. I hate the idea of going in here at the hour 30 mark with no lamp to get 2 items. That's not a good situation. JD is almost out of GT, so clock is ticking for Doom. There it is.
And there it is.
He's in the first chest. That is a seed where I lose.
I'm so used to going, like, if I'm planning on going to escape for the front of escape, I always just like to jump into Castle Tower anyway, because I'm just right there. Or it's like it's a bonus check.
You can clip around it, Doom. This is why the flu is a trap. We're setting index. You don't need to. Oh, I guess you do because it's a fake powder. JD couldn't fake powder with that without draining magic otherwise. That was questionable. I wonder if top of GT was their next play. Maybe it's good that they missed.
Yeah. Of course, I don't know.
Also,
I don't know
did
when
they
they'd end up going to Castle Tower.
Yeah, they. Let's see, maybe now. We're just gonna arm the index here. All right. This is like the place where it's easier. Oops, didn't item dash. This one's annoying because if you miss the item dash, then you have to like go all the way around to reset. All right, Doomtap about to get his 16th out of 12 Turtle Rock check.
Let's see. I really want to see, is Ice Rod actually just on Trinex? That was just the answer.
I think the second ice rod was just the second castle tower check. We'll
Yeah,
never see it.
fair.
Tajista was right that the index was a 6 index and good enough for stuck pushing. Could be that JD just doesn't like the idea of using boomerang. Maybe more comfortable with silvers if they're gonna do that. So I was surprised that JD didn't actually do this first, like on the way to GT. So I'm not sure what it's on the way to now.
Yeah, I just think JD was just going to GT just because it's density.
Faster. It's true.
That's
It's like
about it.
doing tile room. Nobody ever does Spike Cave in no logic anyway.
So I'm curious why they're walking out. Or what their plan
Jin's
is.
walking out because he already killed Agatu, so he just wants to like walk to Ganon. So that's why we don't kill Agatu early. Walking to Ganon is usually slower than walking to the place where you would do the Samaria Agatu.
Oh no.
You're kidding me. It's the glitch police. But you're kidding me. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Okay, I think you just hard reset your game and roll another seed when this happens. That was incredible. Oh, this looks like it might be the 2 chests left behind in here play.
Yeah.
Followed by maybe catfish.
Yeah. Catfish, or you do the Gold Woods wrap, I guess. I feel like you'd rather just do Catfish because getting to Skull Woods with the slowdown's trivial.
Doomtap missed torch glitch. Oh no, he has silvers. Never mind. He did it on purpose. And that is GG for Doomtap. Oh, not good.
I'll double check the race time room, but I'm pretty sure that is
Yeah.
a
That was a
forfeit.
First question being, where was it? Everybody knew this
Yeah,
was an ice rod hunt. You see, your opponent hasn't finished at hour 35, or is just
yeah.
now
Considering
finishing.
you're in Ice Rod Go mode, actually pretty early in this seed, honestly.
Yes, you're in ice rod go mode as soon as you solved your sword problem. I guess we could watch Pedestal while we wait for the credits.
Yeah,
People were wondering about that.
yeah. We really don't have very many locations left. Like Pedestal, Skullwood's Big Chest, Swamp. We're joined by Doomtap and JDSilvergun. GG's.
GG's.
GG.
Yeah, so like a classic, just pure ice rod hunt for who knows how long, honestly.
I think it was like 40 minutes for me or something. Yeah, maybe we can do quadruple rods for the next tournament.
Just start with them at that point.
I'm fine with that.
I'm also fine with pendant Trinex. I think all three of my races in my series against Czechs were pendant Trinex, and those seas were all really fun. So I think we should just do pendant Trinex, Planzo it next year.
No, I disagree. See, I told you before the tournament started that if Swamp should be a pendant every time, and you didn't even dignify me with a response.
Well, I like Swamp. Why would I do that to my friend?
See, administrator bias, huh?
Yeah. We're a pro Swamp team here. We are an anti-TR team.
Yeah, the ice rod's not on
It's
Ped.
not on Ped. I mean, do you want to list the locations we haven't seen? It's not that many. It's like Swamp Palace, not counting the three in the back, because we saw those. Plus, like, some isolated big key chests, like big chests that we didn't see, like Skull Woods, Catfish, and the Smith Chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Skullwood's pick, but I never went there.
Yeah, we saw Doom went to the Skull Woods at one point, which turns out there's another sword in the front of Skull.
What about Hammer Pegs, though? Did you do that?
No.
Yeah, that's
I
another location.
I didn't get mitts until the very end. I did Dark Cross for the glove, and then I got the mitts from the Pyramid Fairy, or the other order, whichever order I did it in.
Yeah, you did Pyramid Fairy first, and then dared in front of Hyrule Castle to just grab Dark Cross.
Yeah, I never even got the mitts. Like, I would have just done, like, the overworld clip to do it if I was, like, back over there. But, like, that was the only thing I had left in that area. Like, I even did fake powder, and, like, it wasn't there, so... Like, I had nothing left in that area except the smith, but I wasn't doing the smith.
Yeah, it was just a gross ice rod hunt. That's really all it was.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty happy with the first half of the seed, how I played it. the routing decisions I made, and I thought I might have gotten some advantages over JD. But then, as the seed went on, I went to pod late. I started getting like the map to Turtle Rock and stuff like that, and I thought maybe that would have given him more knowledge on what to do, because I felt like I was clearing a lot of things, and I didn't know whether Turtle Rock was a pendant or not for a long time. And then I started to get pretty frantic as, you get the hour mark, the 110 mark, and I'm like, oh no, maybe he has hook pushing, maybe he just found the ice rod in the water checks, maybe there's like, you know what happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I just knew I wasn't gonna win. Like, I was kind of just waiting for you to finish because I made too many like brain dead mistakes. Like, trying to like go to Meyer like vanilla without the big key, and then getting the big key like right after. And like I missed a spin YBA, which like I haven't been missing in like a while. Like I've been pretty good on my YBAs lately,
To
except
be
for
fair,
that.
we did see
What?
Doomtap
Sorry.
climb GT and run out of magic at torches.
Yeah, I
So
didn't.
there was there was a thing there.
I didn't. I don't feel like I messed up many tricks, but I did mess up other things, silly things. Once the sea I got frantic, and you're just trying to rush and all that stuff, and that actually happened to one of my opponents in the casual boots tournament. They got to torches one and ran out of magic, and like it was super close at that point. So that feels terrible. And then I went back there, and I didn't know the visual cue for the bomb jump or the hover. Like I did the Stairmaster from TR to go get those checks.
So well, what happened to me was I got my first sword in the front of Thieves Town, and I was gonna tree warp it, but I was like, I crashed the game recently. Chex also crashed the game recently. I was like, I better death warp and save, but I was like too brain dead to remember to mirror. So when I like ran off the screen, I couldn't do the tree warp anymore. And then I immediately got a Master Sword in Meyer that led to the Tempered Sword on Bombos. So it was like, I don't know, it was just stupid.
Yeah, I duped it with a YBA, and then I saved and quit. And then I went back and got the sword and forgot to pick up the blind prize. And it also messed me up because I did it in cave state, and blind dropped a compass. And I was like, can I pick that up? Is that the right thing?
Oh yeah, that's right. I was wondering, it was like you go back in, you get your dupe sword, then you leave. It's like, what?
Yeah, I kind of
Just
forgot.
run the blind.
That's a big mess up too, because it was a pendant, and it would have given me my knowledge quite a bit earlier. It was the last pendant that I didn't know. I think, well, after I beat Skull, I guess. I did those in a weird order. Yeah, overall, I like the seed, except for the Ice Rod Hunt part. Yeah.
Yeah, that ice rod's one of those occasions where just if there's someone who likes to route in CT1 with castle front real quick, then they could just run away with the seed. But I mean, you never know.
Well, I would have done that, but I had no magic. So I went to Uncle for magic. Because there were no cave keys like early. So I did the castle, but like it was not reasonable at that time for me to do like the gold knights.
I don't remember how early the keys were. It was a thing that was in my mind, but I didn't want to go back just for Dark Cross and for Castle Tower 1.
Yeah, of course not. But like I did Dark Cross with Back of Escape, and because I was like, maybe a lot of people skip this, maybe it's here, but of course it wasn't. But like I was going to do like oh yeah, so what happened to me, you guys?
In
and Bread.
TR. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
the
know
first
how
time in TR.
you know how when you do Haripot wrong, you can like get stuck in the corner.
Like, yeah, the soft lock if you don't
Yeah,
press left.
that happened to
and up.
you, because there's a pit there, and the pit is, I think, probably like on a rail in a way that just interacts poorly, so that you can be like
Well,
rail
it wasn't
clipped
my fault though. That
No, it
the
wasn't.
enemy hit me
It just
into-
you are completely screwed. I mean, it wasn't your fault at all, but it's also the first time I've ever seen that happen. But that is a inherent danger of that glitch if you don't clear the room first. Literally last night I died there because of the skull, so it happens to everyone.
Oh yeah, I just died again trying to go back for it. It haunted me. Yeah, I've never seen that before in like 400 like no logic seeds approximately. Like I keep a record of like all my seeds, and like I've never seen that before ever in myself or anyone else playing. So that was just kind of like, really, this has to happen now and like here.
Well, you'd be happy to know that those chests were nothing. So, and that Doomtap did do them.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a good route early on, doing the pod, Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny, and then I was like, well, I have the big key and Samaria, as well. I'll do some like TR stuff too.
Yeah,
But there
no,
was
I thought it was
nothing.
a good route.
There was nothing there though. after Super Bunny.
Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna know that. Like, I thought it was a good route. I mean, it turns out to be nothing, but that's just no logic. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, going to GT when both of you did was really smart. Was the optimal play, and it turned out to be literally nothing in there. Like, there's nothing you could really do about it.
Yeah, I meant to go back for Tile Room because I was like, I bet no one is doing Tile Room, but I
I
could be
wasn't.
wrong. Okay, yeah, but I just left when well, I tried to like set an index with the mushroom, but like a high index, but like I couldn't get the frame, like, because I jumped off the ledge with the fake powder, but I couldn't get the frame to work, so it was just a waste of time.
Yeah, I only did it one time successfully, just to go to Armos, and then did I clear the chests? I forget what I did.
Eastern didn't really have anything, I don't think, because
I guess
I full cleared it early, like, well, early-ish, because I had the big key and the bow.
I don't remember if I checked anything in that. It's fine.
Well, like the index I was trying to do, I don't know if I've seen anyone else do. I was just trying to get it to work because there was no screen transition. I was just using the ledge in the lobby of GT,
Oh yeah.
and I was trying to like save and quit on a good frame.
Okay, yeah. I see. I only really know the one by Link's house.
Well, yeah, well, so looking forward to the next one. Like, I've been feeling like kind of not that great the past couple of days, so hopefully I like recover a little bit before the next game, because I like made so many like brain dead like choices in the seed. Like I felt like even if I got lucky, I might have just thrown it anyway. G to you for just just doing it.
It didn't feel very good, but it's fine.
So tonight there will be another race between Red Kitsune versus Dot Dot. This is a game 3 that will be happening at 7 a.m. Eastern time. So if you are awake at that hour and want to help out, please let me know. Later on that day, there will also be Simple Clips versus Muffins and Gabriel versus Nobly at the same time at 3 p.m. Eastern, as well as a race later that night between Tam and So. Follow the schedule if you want to see more No Logic, and follow the Speed Gaming channels if you want to see more games in general. Otherwise, that will be it for today.